the ing
දයාබර දූ දරුවනි ඔබේ ඉංග්‍රීසි දැනුම වැඩි දියුණු කිරීම සඳහා අපි ඔබට අත දෙන්නෙමු. ඔබ සඳහාම සකසා ඇති මේ සරල ඉංග්‍රීසි පාඩම් මාලාව තුලින් ඔබේ දැනුම තවත් වැඩි කරගන්න. ලෝකයේ අනෙකුත් රටවල් සමග අත්වැල් බැඳගන්න අපි ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කතා කරමු.
I've just had my breakfast. I have just ironed my shirt. The train has arrived at the station. The bus has stopped at the bus station. All of these expressions that we just heard tell us about events or things that have just happened very recently. And because of that expression, we have the idea conveyed to us that there is something more to follow. So if the train has arrived at the station, then there is need for us to get on the train if we are to travel on that train. So the time then is emphasized, the need for us to act. If you have just ironed your shirt, then the next thing you would do is put your shirt on and go wherever you need to go. So these are the ideas that we have in such expressions as just occurred, just happened, or things that have arrived or about to take place. And there is more, and this is about making preparations. What is meant by making preparations? Well, there again, it is about doing things or wanting to do things. You have bought your ticket. You are now standing on the platform. You are completely prepared now to hop on the train or climb aboard the train when it arrives. You are now prepared, ready to go. You have cleaned the house, you have had your dinner, and you are ready for bed. What's next? Well, you will go to sleep. So these again are expressions we use to show preparedness or indicate how prepared we are for something that is to follow. Can you think of situations where things have happened or things have not happened? There could be many. Think of a cricket match. You could say, they have won the match, or they have lost the match. That means they haven't won the match. Can you think of different situations, instances? Well, you should be able to think of them and use them in your daily speech and in your description of how things are taking place and the speed at which things are happening and how people are prepared or not prepared. So there are many ways of expressing what ideas or thoughts you have about being prepared, of things that need to be done, the time that has been spent, or events that have just occurred. All of these are important to use in your everyday speech and also to practice. With that in view, you might want to stay on with this program and listen very carefully, watch and listen and learn about how you can use these terms and practice them.
Hello. Today we are going to look at the past participle. First we have regular verbs where the past participle ends in ed. For example, watch, watched, close, closed. Then we have irregular verbs where the past participle is the same as the past tense. take a look at these words. Have in the past simple is had. Thus, the past participle is also had. Leave is left. Buy, bought. Get, got. Remember, past simple and the past participle are the same in these examples. Lose, lost. Sell, sold. Now it's time to go into the irregular verbs. Now this is what you have to remember. The past participle is different from the past tense. For example, take. The past simple is took. However, what is the past participle? Taken. Write is a verb. The past simple is wrote. What is the past participle? Written. See how it changes. Now go, for example, the past simple is went, but the past participle is gone. Break becomes broke, which is the past simple tense, but in the past participle, broken. The present perfect tense is used to talk about things that have just happened. For this we use the rule have or has plus the past participle, which you learned earlier. Now look at this example. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and Nimal and Sita are at home. Sita has had a bath and Nimal has shaved. They've got dressed and now they're having their breakfast. Did you recognize the present perfect tense in that paragraph? Let's look at another one. It's 9:30. Nimal has bought a newspaper and is reading it in the garden. Sita has gone to the supermarket. Did you notice what was in the present perfect tense? The first example, we had has had a bath, has shaved, they've got dressed. In the second one, has bought a newspaper, has gone to the supermarket. These are all examples of how to use the present perfect tense. Now let's look at some questions and negatives in the present perfect tense. Have you watched TV today? Yes, I have watched TV today. Or, no, I haven't watched TV today. These are the question and negative forms of the present perfect tense.
Here are some phrases we're going to look at before we say goodbye. Here's the phrase get on. Get on. These two words make up the phrase, and get on is something that we usually say in association with or combined with using public transport. So you could say, get on the bus. We don't necessarily use the word get inside the bus. No, we say get on the bus or I got on the bus. While that would be true for that form of public transport, you could say, and correctly, you get into the train. Get on the bus, get into the train. I got into the train at the Maradana station, is how you might say it. Get into or got into. Then, with regard to the lights that you have in your house, the electric lights, you could say switch on the lights or turn on the lights. Both those expressions are used with regard to the lights. Turn on the light would be correct. Turn off the light would be to switch off the light. So those are words and phrases that mean the same thing but are more correct to use than saying put the light and off the light, which would be wrong. No, you would want to say turn on the light, turn off the light, switch on the light, and switch off the light. Got that? Good. Well, that's it for now. See you soon.